So you can see that they came back really, really nice after being transplanted. I had yanked them out of the ground at the church because there were quite a few pieces that were overgrowing where they were supposed to be, and just stuck them in dirt here and they just took off. And then down here, that is where I moved a sugar baby watermelon yesterday because it was competing with the catmint and just not growing, even though it looked pretty healthy. So back there, I got a little bit of okra, got some of my random squashes, little clumps of it'll come to me, little clumps of white flowers. Alyssum, thank you. Okay, but you see I've also got some dahlias, not dahlias, those are zinnias coming up. I do have a dahlia right there, but it's not really growing very well. And then back there, that's a cosmos. And down here are ground cherries. There. There. And there. Can you see all those in there? We've only had 3 ripen so far, but they are exquisite. Got my fountain. It's still burping because it's early. We've got some just little random things down there. Nothing seems to do great there, but we'll figure something out eventually. And this is the other last year's cherry. These things are just so prolific once they get started. I mean, last year we were just taking them right off and composting them. This year I've got a dehydrator, so as soon as I get to the point where I don't want to eat them by the handful anymore, I will slice them and dehydrate them and see what we can do. So there is my eggplant. It's had some flea beetle damage, not as bad as the ground cherries, but you can see it's had some little flea beetles munching on it. These leaves, new leaves, don't have any, so I'm hopeful. The rest of that is all parsnips. Now I've got some kind of melon. I think it's a melon of some kind growing there. That is cinnamon basil starting to flower. And then here is another, I think this one's a squash. No telling what kind. All male flowers so far. Oh, look, there's a little female down in there. Let me see it. I'm not sure if I'm getting it or not. There's an okra that's not doing great. Corn is starting to put out ears of corn, looking good. This is that other Costaludo Genovese. Got one that's just starting to blush over here. And this is the one that broke in a storm a couple weeks ago, and I tied it up. Looking real good. Okay, this is Bumblebee. Looks like I've got some ripe fruit back there. Yep. So this is a pink bumblebee. I think the other one was orange. Got some basil plants down there and a nasturtium. Okay, so this is a sugar baby watermelon that I planted at the same time as the one in the catmint. And here is the one from the catmint that I transplanted yesterday. And I would be really discouraged, except that the one in the tomato pot looked like this a couple times. So we're just going to let it go and see what happens. These are poblanos. Okay. And my strawberries, you see all those runners, they're all rooting. So yeah, this is going to have to go in those bigger pots. We'll have strawberries next spring. Yay! Okay, so this is my other delicious. Now this one has got 2 on it. Oh dear, got a little broken one holding that one up. We'll have to see what we can do because it's not really blushing yet. But I don't know what the difference is. Maybe it just likes the sun it gets here. I think it gets more sun than the one on the other side of the yard. So that's something to remember next year. I believe this is a sugar baby watermelon, but I could be wrong. Roots. No, those are little mushrooms. My little piggy. Okay, this is, I don't know, some kind of squash. Now, I think, now see, I want to say that that's an 8-ball zucchini, but the leaves don't look zucchini-ish. They look more winter squash, so I'm afraid to pick it. I'm going to have to go look through my seed packets and see if I can figure out what that is. Okay, here's more brads. Here's a sweet little pollinator. Hello, buddy. Go do your job. Okay, got more. I picked a zucchini from this one the other day. This is another Costa Romanesca. Those are the only zucchinis that I've actually pulled fruit from so far. Those are very, very good. They're very mild and they have a really good texture, but the leaves are huge. Look at those. So here's more parsnips, and down here I've got, that's a gray zucchini. None of my gray zucchinis really look great. None of my, well, nothing except the Romanesco ones look real good. There's ground cherry, just that flea beetle damage. I've thought at first that that's the way they were supposed to look. I was thinking, what weird leaves. But nope, lots of flea beetles. Okay, and some alyssum. It's my last brads. There's another zinnia, just lovely. Okay, we've already looked at these things down here. So here's orange mint. I could harvest it, but I don't really like it for tea. It doesn't have as much flavor as the chocolate. Okay, here's lime basil. These were big and fluffy yesterday, and then I clipped them down so I could try it for tea. Doing really good. Alright, here's the frog peppers. And once again, this one is the habanada. I don't know why, those are just not thriving for me. It's healthy, it's just so tiny. And then we've got poblano, of course, the biggest one. And then I've got Notapino and Big Red. I believe that one's Big Red. Okay, little turtle shell, little frog shelter. We've had a pretty big frog out here, great big leopard frog. I don't know if he's using our facilities, but I've seen him a couple times in a couple different places, so we'll try to cater to him as much as we can. Okay, there's my lavender. I also harvested that yesterday, and the lemon balm. Here's the corn from the back side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've only got 8 of them left, I believe. You know, down there, those are the Armenian yardlongs that I planted to take over the space from pulling out the morning glories. Now here is the cucamelon sour gherkins. And you can see these are just, it's like they sit there and they sit there and they sit there, and then once they take off, they just go crazy. This is 2 plants about 5 weeks old, I guess. I don't know. I'm just making that number up. Don't listen to me. But I do know that the video from 3 weeks ago, they were way down, just little seedlings, basically. Okay, so there's Ollie checking out the Tulsi. Look out, buddy. I harvested the Tulsi about a week ago. And got some more squashes coming on back there. You see I've got, I believe that's just a Black Beauty zucchini right there. So yay! Yay, zucchini! I don't know why I don't do so well with zucchini. I mean, I'm supposed to have bushels of it and be giving it to everybody I meet, but no such luck. Okay, here is I think it's a Black Beauty, and this was a Brussels sprout that I pulled out yesterday. Those are my Fond Blanc melons. And there's, oh look, there's another Black Beauty. Gorgeous. Okay, spearmint, peppermint, which I haven't harvested yet, but I'm going to be pulling some of those out so that the few that are left can have a lot of root room, and then I'll be cutting them back to harvest for tea. Okay, corn, hyssop, I harvested yesterday. Potatoes, I finally harvested those yesterday, so this is empty. That's the birdhouse gourd, y'all. I tied it back a little bit to keep it more secure against the fence. I'm not sure what that is. Could be a gray zucchini. The leaves look about right. There's a little bitty grasshopper. Hey, Hoppy. He's like, what are you doing? Okay. Could be gray. Could be some kind of winter squash, but with the leaves, I think it's a gray. All right. Here's that Cosmo from the other side. More squashes. That is a marigold. My stevia was huge and fluffy yesterday. You see I cut it back pretty severely. And my catnip I harvested a week ago. Okay, that's my chocolate mint I harvested yesterday. Here's those pretty zinnias from the other side. Okay. This is my Morning Glory pot. Filling out. I saw one flower the other day, just gorgeous, rich, royal purple. So I'm hoping that they'll just take off here soon and cover this whole big corner of the fence. Okay. And then we're back over to the catmint. All things in there. Hello, beautiful. Oh. And I think I've covered everything. So just give you a little view of it. All right, I will try not to wait 3 weeks this time, and we'll get this posted, and that's it. Bye.